On the screen now you see a CMS 1500 claim form. This claim form is for physicians billing, and you will be using this if you are working in a physician's office to bill insurance companies for any particular procedures that they do in the office. This form is a standard form, and the first thing we're going to talk about are the blocks 1 through 13, which is considered the patient information. The first block that we're going to talk about is block number 1, which is right here at the very top. This would be the first item that you would fill in for your physician's services. There are different types of insurances listed on the top of number 1. You have Medicare, Medicaid, TRICARE, CHAMPA, Group Health Plan, FICA, Black Lung, and other. Now, depending upon what your patient has in their insurance, you would then place an X in this block to indicate the insurance company that you are sending this form to. So all you have to do is put an X right in there. And you would want, when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you put your cap lock on so that everything that shows will be in capital letters. Now, as you can see up here with number 1, you have the insurances. Basically, Medicare, Medicaid, TRICARE, CHAMPA, and Black Lung are all considered government insurances, government-sponsored insurance. You have Group Health Plan and other. There are two types of insurances. There are group health plans and individual health plans. So if your patient has a group number or a group identification, you're going to put an X in the group health plan. If this person is self-employed and therefore only has individual insurance coverage, then you would put an X in the individual. That means that they may be self-employed, but their employer does not have an overall group health plan to offer them. Now 1A, this is where the insured's identification number is. Another name for the insured's identification number would be the subscriber. The subscriber's identification number. Usually that consists of maybe 10 digits, and where you get this information from is going to be on the insurer's insurance card. So one of the things that you want to make sure that you do is that you copy the front and the back portion of the insurance card, so that if your patient should leave the office and you still have information that you didn't get from them, you have a copy of that insurance card that will enable you to put the information into here. Number 2 is the patient's name, and we're just going to use a random name, and it goes by always last name and comma first name. We would put then a comma and then their middle initial. Remember that all of these letters need to be capitals, so you want to make sure that your cap lock is on, and you don't have to worry about holding down the shift key. Number 3 is the patient's date of birth. So the date of birth is not the subscriber's, because the subscriber may not be the patient, or the insured may not be the patient. This patient right now is named James Smith, and we'll just put in a particular birth date. One thing you want to remember about your date of births, you always use 2 digits for the month, 2 digits for the day, and 4 digits for the year. You cannot just put 2 digits for the year. It has to have 4 digits. And then of course their gender. Are they male or are they female? So in this case we have a male. Now, in the insured's name, we're going to place that this particular patient is the insured. So we're going to type his name again so that we have his name in there, and then his address and the city and state. Now, number 6 is patient relationship to the insured. This means who this person, how he's related to the insured or the subscriber. In this particular case, we have James Smith, and he's self. So we put an X in there. If this name would have been different, maybe it would be Mary Smith, then probably you would then X off spouse. So you have the choices of self, spouse, child, and other. Other is if it's your live-in other, or if it's your significant other, depending upon your insurance plan. Some plans now cover same-sex marriages, so they also cover the insurance for those individuals, so that's when you would place an X in the other. And then of course we're going to put the same address, and we would then put zip codes in here, and a telephone number. Now, one thing you have to put into the parentheses is the area code, and you can get along all of these by just hitting the tab button, and it will get you to the next screen. So we're going to place the tab button. Now, the patient status, is this patient single, married, or other? So we're going to have this gentleman as being single. And I'll just come over here and type in the same number that we have on the other side, just to make it uniform. Now, number 9, 9A through 9D, is only filled out if this particular patient has a secondary insurance. That means that they have two different types of insurances. They may have a primary insurance and a secondary insurance. Primary is the insurance that is submitted first after they receive payment, then the secondary insurance is then submitted. Number 10 is the patient's condition related to. Did it happen at work? Number 10, you have to always fill out. So we're going to say that this illness did not occur at work. It did not occur as an auto accident or as another accident. So if it was employment, then you would be submitting a workers' compensation form. If it was accident, you would be submitting the claim to the insurance company, because auto accidents are always billed first, and then their health care is billed second for anything that hasn't been paid. And other accidents would be your property, or if somebody was injured on your property, your homeowners would cover that. Now, the insurance policy group number, you would just look on their insurance card and find out what that number is. Their date of birth would be the same as up above. Again, you're going to put an M for male. Employer's name, where do they work? And we're going to say that this person works at Pittsburgh Technical Institute. The insurance plan, we are going to list it as Highmark. And that's the name of the insurance that they have. Now, D is for if they have another health benefit plan. If we would have put an insurance company in number 9, if we had information with regard to a secondary insurance, we would then put a yes here. But since we only have one insurance, we are going to put an X. And then number 12, this is for authorization to release any medical information to process this claim. So your patient would have to have signed this paper, or you have what's called a signature on file. Number 13 is very important because this authorizes that the payment from the insurance company go directly to your office, to the physician's office. So again, you either have to have the patient sign this or you have a signature on file. So that is the proper procedure for filling out blocks 1 through 13, which is the patient information for a primary insurance company.